So the next topic we are going to start with is exception handling. How do we perform exception handling in RESTful web services? So in a simple core application, like we are writing a custom exceptions, and in our application screen is not shared. Sorry. So this is a topic we are going to start with is exception handling. So in Spring MVC or RESTful web services based applications, how do we handle the exceptions? If in case in the server side, okay, in the server, if something went wrong, maybe within your URL, or if server is not ready, if server is not able to generate your response, so here also we can perform with the exception handling, just like in a client side we have done with the exception handling. In a client side we were using with a try catch, throws and throw. This is the keywords we use to handle the exceptions. And also we have written some custom exception to handle. Similarly, in the server side, in your Spring framework also, we have a standard way to handle the exceptions. To handle the exception, as usual, you need to write one custom exception. And there should be one handler which has to handle your exception. So here we cannot write like a try catch block. Okay. So here simply we always go with the throws class. We will throw first exception, then we will use throws class, and we write a class called as exception handler class. This is annotated with the exception handler. This is responsible to handle the exception thrown by various methods of your controller. At the controller level, we handle the exceptions. And let us say we have multiple controllers in my application. I have login controller, admin controller, customer controller, product catalog controller, payment controller, cart controller, like you have many controllers. Let's say the same kind of exception may be thrown by various controllers. In that case, we have called global exception handling. We can also write a separate class with annotation called @controller_advice. Controller advice in a class in which you write an exception handler so that any controller is throwing an exception that can be handled from this controller advice class. That is the way of exception handling in a Spring framework. So at a controller level and at an application level, if an exception is to be handled by single controller, we go for a controller level. If the same exception may be thrown by multiple controllers into our application, then you go for application level. So here, how do we handle the exception? Creating an exception class, throwing an exception is as usual. You will write a custom exception, you will say throws class and throw class. Both you will use. But how do we handle it is important. So in the server side, we will not write try catch block. So here we are going to write with at a controller level, within the controller, we write a method, any one of a custom method you will write called handle exception. The name of the function can be anything. And on top of that function, you will write @exception handler. This indicates this is a method which is written in your controller only to handle the exceptions, no other business logic. And what is the type of exception it is going to handle? You can write that custom exception class name. Let's say I have written withdrawal exception, deposit exception, a custom exception I have written. That is what my controller is going to throw. Then your exception handler should handle that exception. You can write here deposit exception, withdrawal exception, any exception class name you can do. In a generic way, you wanted to throw any type of exception thrown by your application means, then you will write here super class name called exception. And then after, you will say response status. Every time when some exception is raised, definitely it is not going to handle your business logic. So it is going to give an exceptional message. So what is the message you wanted to give? You should write it in @response status. In @response status annotation, first of all, what is the status code? always there should be a status code, like when server is not working, when your server is unable to handle your logic, it should show the status called some message like exceptional message. So that is a message we need to write it here. Reason is so and so. Country with ID is not found. In your logic, let us say you're searching for a country with ID that is not present. So reason means the message you are saying is country with so and so ID is not present. What could be the status? Status is HTTP status not found. 404. Right? This is how these two annotations you need to write, and you should write a separate method which will be dedicated only to handle the exception, no other business logics. This can be done at the controller level, means within your controller class you can write as one method here. Second is called application level. If it is an application level, we write a separate class as part of apart from your controller class, we will write a separate class. Whereas the previous thing is as part of controller itself, you will write a new method. Okay, this will be a part of your controller. But in the application level exception handling, we write a new class. Okay, the class name can be anything, and you will write at controller advice is an annotation. Here also the same process: response body, response status, exception handler. You will give the exception name. The method name can be anything, and here to display your error message in a proper way, we write one new type of a class called error info. Error info is nothing but it will display the URI of your request path, means which is the URL you are invoking and what is the error message you are getting. So like a key value pairs, you will create a class called error info, and you will display the message in the form of error info class. It is like a key value pairs. You will have a URL for which error is raised and what is the message of that error message. You can display with error info. Suppose if you don't wanted to use this error info class, directly you can return here as a string type, and you can display the message of ex.getMessage. So here in the previous case also, let us say here you are giving the reason, right, so that this message is getting displayed. But in a controller advice class, you are displaying your error message in a better way. You are handling the exception type, and ex.getMessage method will take a exception raised by exceptional message given by your exception class that is stored in your string, and that is you are going to store into an object called as error info object. This is your exception message. And what is the other parameter is the URL, means what is the URL which is not capable of handling your request and response. So that is the URL you wanted to show, or what is the URL which is not getting executed successfully, due to which you are getting a exception and you are going to display a message. That is the purpose of error info class. But it is not mandatory to display every time in this format. You directly take the string and you can return that string, so that exceptional message will be displayed. This is called as application level exception handling. Means once you write this exception in controller advice class, if you have many controller classes in your application, all can make use of the same exception handler. If you write within one controller class as an exception handler, which will become controller level, this is thrown only for that controller. Other controller cannot access that. That is the two ways of exception handling we have. Controller level, application level, right? And we will see with a simple example in the same our product example itself. Like here we have called country is a class, country DB is a model class where it is storing with a set of countries as a static data. It is giving you a list of countries. And next is The country is a model class where we have country details. And then as usual, we have a DAO layer, service layer. So we know that controller will be calling get country, get all countries, okay, and add country, update country. You may have any number of methods. First of all, in if you give get all countries, as usual, it will load all the countries. But when I am passing get country by given ID, if the given ID is not present in your list, it should throw an exception called country not found exception. It is a custom exception you wanted to write. So you are searching in the service. If it is not present, you are try catching it and you are throwing the exception. Whenever you are throwing it, this is the exception should be handled. How to handle it, right? So first of all, we have to write a country not found exception. Write a simple class, extends exception, and a constructor with a message. You are passing the message to the superclass. As usual in core, how you will develop a custom exception, the same syntax. Another class, as I told, error info is nothing but URL and message. There's a constructor, there's a setters and getters for URL and message. It's a simple class to display whenever exception is raised, what is the URL of your controller request and what is the message why the exception is raised. That can be handled by this class called error info. And this is a custom, one more exception. Here is a global exception handler class called controller advice. It's a new class you need to write. Whenever you say controller advice, any controller is throwing an exception, means this is a method, get country method is throwing an exception whenever the ID is not present. So that time, this is a demo exception class, controller advice is intercepted, and within which it will look for exception handler and it will check for your exception class name. If that exception is matching, it will call this method. In this method, first of all, it will get an exceptional message into this object. So ex.getMessage will call the message what you are passing from here. Within your controller, you are passing a message called no country found with this ID. This is a message is caught by your exception handler with the get message that is getting stored in body of response. That is what we are going to store into your error info message. And in the error info, what is the first parameter? First parameter is your request URL. Request URL means in a controller, we get a path, right? So to access this get country, we have a path. So what is a path here? This is a path. So countries search by ID. This is a path. That is a path is caught by your demo exception into your request.get request URL to string that is getting stored here. That is a URL is displayed, and why that URL is not executed successfully, what is the reason, it will show here. That is the purpose of your error info class. So controller advice is going to take that exception and it is showing the message. So let us try with, as usual, your DAO is same like you have loading of your objects, DAO interface, DAO implementation, service class and service implementation as usual like previous example, no change. Now let me run our application. I think our application is running already. This is a client. Suppose if I go here, get this application is running. Now here I would like to first display get all countries. To get all countries, the URL is countries, and here the URL is at the class level, nothing is there. So 8083 and simply you give countries. It will display all the countries. Now in our application we have another URL called countries search by ID. I am passing an ID. If it present means if it present, okay, it will search for that ID. That is what it is going to return the country. So I will go and here search is a URL and my ID is I will try to find 1005. So I am giving an ID which is present, so I am able to get it. So 1003 I am able to get it. 1001 I am able to get it. Let's say I wanted to give 1555, which is not there, right? So whenever I give this, now see here how the message is getting displayed. So the URL is so and so. This is the URL I am giving. This is a message I am getting. This is your nothing but object of your error info class. So here we are creating an error info class with key value pairs, that is URL and body of the message. Okay, that is what is configured with error info class to display that message here properly with the URL and body of the response. Whatever message you write in your controller while throwing your exception, no country with this ID, that is a message is getting displayed here. Right? Yes, yes, it will not display. It just display a message. Yes, yes, exactly. So let's say if I go for this page, okay, we will do some changes over here. Simply, I wanted to give string, and here I will give, I don't wanted to give this URL, just I will give return body of response. It's a string, right? Save it and start your application again. Get all countries, search by 1003, right? And then search by a number which is not present. Simply it will give a message. So you can also implement without writing your error info class as well for simplification. But why are we using this error info is the better way of communication. Which URL is passing that exception, which URL is getting throwing that exception. To convey that message in a proper way, we are using this error info class, right? So this is like a global exception handling, means if multiple controllers, if you have, any class can throw this exception called country not found exception. Suppose if this is the exception I wanted to handle within my controller class itself. So within a controller also you can have your method called exception handler method. Just like all the other methods, you can have an exception handler. Here you can say handle conflict of 2. So here also, like a string you wanted to give, no, you don't wanted to give the URL, right? You can just remove it. And country not found exception. Here is the message, however you throw, that is the message is going to be displayed. Custom exception is mandatory, right? That is compulsory for both the cases. If you write it here, the execution wise the effect is same, but only the thing, only this current class can access it, can throw the exception. But if you write it in a separate class, the advantage is multiple controllers can throw the same exception. Okay, that is only the difference. But creating of a custom exception is mandatory every case. Without writing a class, how can you throw that exception, right? How can we raise the exception? Unless until we have it, okay, we cannot throw that exception, right? To throw, we need a class. This is mandatory every time. This is about exception handling. So all of you can first look into this slide and then practice this example. I'll be once again sending you one project with the exceptions. Okay, in the same product project only I kept this example. You just can practice with both the cases. Whenever some ID is not present, it will show that. The execution wise, there is no difference. Okay. This is about exception handling. So hope everybody